What's up, y'all? Respect the Chat Podcast, episode 27, special edition episode. Conor McGregor Khabib fight's going to start in a little bit. We got a special guest with us. Pat is in the house. Pat, let him know you're here.
What's up, guys?
Rich is here, of course.
What's going on?
Frankie's here.
Hey, what's up?
We're going to talk a little baseball for y'all. You know, the postseason is in a full effect. We got a lot of good games on, a lot of good series. Usually I'll be running the show and quarterbacking what's going down here. But my man Rich, fresh beard, nice looking shirt, great hat.
Ravens.
Black pants, Ravens hat, always.
I'm always rocking Ravens hat.
I mean, we could talk about football if you guys want, but you guys want to go baseball, and that's okay with me. We're going to let our fans know. I know a couple fans out there wanted some baseball. A couple fans want hockey, Pat.
You might have to
Can
come
you
back.
contribute to hockey?
Yeah,
at
I
all?
could do
Help us
hockey.
out with that?
All right,
I can do hockey.
Cool. That's another
Yeah,
one we're
maybe
going
we'll
to
hit
need.
you with some hockey
All
questions.
right, hit me with some hockey. I can do
Maybe
hockey.
we'll ask you who you think is going to be the top teams. And
All right.
I don't even know the divisions in hockey. What are they?
No, you don't. That's
They
okay,
changed them a couple
What is
years
it?
back. They changed
What
them.
are they now?
I don't know the names.
All
of the
right.
divisions. I know what teams in
You're
what.
contributing really well.
They
Pat.
actually do it really different. Like the playoff system for hockey, it's
Yeah.
like you could have 3 teams in one division be the 3 best, and like,
I think that's how they.
one
That's
of-
how they should do the NBA.
And they all make it?
Yeah, but like
It's off of
it's
points.
not fair who plays who. I don't think.
Oh,
like
okay.
like you could be number 1 and number 2.
And play each
and
other in the
play
first
each other in
round?
the first round.
Oh, that's
what happened 2
crazy.
years ago. The Penguins and Blue Jackets were the 2 best teams and had to play each other the first
Oh,
round.
that's wild.
Yeah,
What's the meaning behind that?
but yeah, if you think about it though, I mean, you're gonna have to play each other at some
Yeah,
point.
eventually.
You know, if
All
you
right,
can't beat them,
eventually.
then when are you
Yeah,
gonna beat
that's
them?
true.
You know?
That's true, right. Yeah, you might as well do it. Frank, I bet you put this thing right in front of the camera where people can't see my beautiful face.
No, you're right there. You
can see me, Rich?
yourself.
Okay, good. Yo, let me ask a quick question before we get into this baseball.
So annoying.
Today,
Podcast diva.
if you had to rate your best thing you ate today, what was it? Now, we had the Oktoberfest today at the house. We had the friends, family, relatives, and everyone alike up in the building today. It was great and awesome time. Always is. Rain and drizzled the whole day, but it wasn't bad. Right?
No, we made it work.
Withstand the weather. If you had to pick the best thing you ate today, what was it?
I think I know what everyone's going to be.
I got
and
2.
and I want to know
Okay,
how
Pat, I
many
like
you
it.
all ate.
Okay, I know
Chili
where Rich
dogs.
is going.
Okay.
Chili dogs is one of mine.
So
Chili
how
dog,
many,
Rich?
How many did you have?
I had at least 4 or 5.
I think
Chili dogs or dogs?
Chili dogs, 4 or 5 chili dogs, probably a total like
Very nice.
7 hot dogs.
So yeah,
I think I had 4 dogs, but I don't know if that was my favorite, though.
No? What
That's
was
just
your
a
favorite?
standard. That was just delicious. You know?
No, a
the chili
standard-
dog is a specialty.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
All right, so the chili dog, I
I
only
had like 3
one.
or 4.
You know how many chili dogs I had?
How many?
0.
Yeah, that's a stupid
Come on.
move.
No,
That
he
is a
and he had
stupid
14
move.
bags
See,
of
that
chips.
was something that you had to do yourself, though. You know,
wanna-
you saw the bowl of chili over
Right.
there, you saw the hot dogs.
Right.
You got to add them together.
Combined. You see what TJ did? My boy TJ went mac and cheese, chili on top.
Oh, that's a
Whoa.
great idea.
Another
nice.
good combination.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Very
So what
nice.
was yours?
Shout
Frank?
out, shout out to Corinne. I love a good chocolate chip cookie.
And Frank,
Oh.
that was my number 2. The
Yeah.
chocolate chip
Oh, the
cookies
chocolate
from
chip
Corinne.
cookie.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh, man.
I had
That
about
thing is a
14 of them.
masterpiece, huh?
Huh?
I had about 14
Oh,
cookies.
my gosh,
of
yeah.
those.
Same.
I
had a
don't,
lot.
I don't understand how she makes it that good. Like, how is it just...
They're just so soft and moist and delicious.
Oh, my gosh.
I like that she does a lot of chocolate chips in them.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah, and
They're
the bigger
always so
ones.
soft, too.
Oh, it's unreal. Unreal. Yo, the taco salad was
At
good.
some
I'm a
point
big-
in
that
this
was good.
podcast, we're going to talk about baseball.
Yeah, yeah,
by
yeah,
the
Some-
way.
yeah,
somewhere.
Yeah, we gotta get the logistics out of the way first. Yeah, yo, I'm a taco salad fan.
I didn't have any of that.
I
today.
didn't have any
Oh,
of
I
that.
love it.
I was filled
man.
up with chili
Yeah,
dogs.
I know. Oh man, wow. All
Crumb
right.
cake was off the chain,
Oh,
too.
crumb cake was off
That
the
didn't
chain
make it
too.
outside, though.
No, that's inside.
Yeah.
That's a specialty.
That's a special.
You
They
gotta
They
have
were
a
hiding
ticket.
that.
Yeah, you gotta have a special ticket to get that. You gotta know somebody. But like we said, it's postseason. Baseball's in full effect. Pat, before we get into it, I root for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And I explained it to them.
I
this,
didn't know that until
yeah.
today, too.
I explained it to him the other day. I was a huge Joe Torre fan when he was with the Yankees. Kind of was a bad breakup, I feel like, right? Would you agree when that happened?
Yeah, they kind
Weird
of told
break-
him he had to leave. Yeah.
Right. He went over to L.A., took Don Mattingly with him, who was my favorite Yankee. That's why I like number 23. And then I just was like, you know what? I'm going L.A. So I'm pumped every time I see them in the postseason. You'll let me know if they have a shot in a little bit. Rich, you could ask the questions. Fire them off, brother.
All right, Pat. First thing, I know it's been maybe a few years now, but they're doing this play-in game.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that? Do you like them doing this play-in game for the postseason?
Yeah, I definitely like it because it adds one more team to the playoffs. In the past, baseball was only 4 teams that make it. That's the only major sport that only 4 make it out of a conference.
Right.
It adds another team to make it. And, I don't see any negative out of the playing game.
Yeah, I love it. This is my favorite time to watch baseball is the postseason. And one of the playing games, you had the Yankees going against the Athletics.
Yeah.
And the A's went with all relievers. The starting pitcher.
They kind of
was
had to, though.
Yeah,
That
I know,
was the
but I'm
best
just
move
saying,
for
like,
them.
the strategies that you see teams do in this playing game is not a norm. Like they're pulling all strings and anything they could to get a win, and that's interesting. It's cool to see what teams try to do to get a win. So
The A's usually have like really unorthodox things that they do, right? Like, aren't they the first team that came up with the shift? Like, they always play like weird, unorthodox stuff, and then either it catches on with the league or it doesn't.
And remember the Billy Bean thing? They used to just they'd set the line.
They have no
by
money,
numbers,
so
and
they
don't-
have to like try different things.
Yeah.
You know,
What do you mean they invented the shift?
like they were the first team to try it. Like,
Get out of here, for
where
real?
you just
Yeah.
rotate like someone in the infield. Play, you have the whole.
Oh, okay. I thought it meant like the shift of a guy hits it towards one side of the field, and they shift the guys over. Is that what you meant?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh my! I can't believe they invented that. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I never
Well,
knew
it
that.
just really caught on. Like just now in the Yankee game,
Yeah.
the guy just hit it right where a shortstop would be. There was no one right
yeah,
there.
because they shifted.
Yeah,
I didn't know
exactly.
that the
That's what we're
Oakland
talking about,
Athletics were the first team to do that. That's nuts.
And going
All
back
right,
to
here
like the
we go.
relievers, the Rays actually did that the whole year. They had they had a starting pitcher, Blake Snell. He had an awesome year, one of the Cy Young candidates.
Mm-hmm.
But after him, they would have relievers start the game, and throughout the game, they pitch 2 or 3 innings. And they're
Wow.
one of the few teams that did that all year long. And the Rays actually had a pretty good record this year.
Nice strategy. I'll tell you what. I'm down.
Yeah,
for
they
that.
also don't. The A's also really don't have a true ace
Yeah.
that you can throw in
Yeah,
a situation like
yeah.
that. So I feel like that played a big part.
all right, so the 2 playing games that happened, the Rockies beat the Cubs 2-1 in 13 innings. I believe that's the longest playoff game in MLB history. Did you hear something about that, Pat?
The 13-inning game.
Yeah, there was something about that was the
in
longest
postseason.
Yeah.
postseason.
Really? 13? I feel like some more than that. Maybe in the play-in game?
Maybe
I don't know. I didn't
maybe
hear
that's
that.
what it is. Maybe that's something we can look into. But I heard something about that. What about Kyle? His name's Kyle Freeman, right? For the Rockies.
Yeah.
He pitched on short notice, correct?
Yeah.
It was 3 days. What about the Rockies traveling to the Dodgers? They had to play the Dodgers, and that was to win that division.
Uh-huh.
And they ended up losing, so that's why they had to play the play-in game against the Cubs. So they had to go all the way to L.A. They lost to the Dodgers, then had to fly all the way back to Chicago a day later.
Yeah, and play that next day.
And play the next day
Yeah.
against Chicago
In the playing game.
in the playing game,
Yeah.
which they ended up winning in 13 innings.
Wow.
And then they had to travel. Now they're playing the Brewers.
That was cool how it happened this year in the NL, though, because you had 2 division ties. So you had the 2 division people playing each other, and the 2 winners were in, and the 2 losers played each other to see who was going to be in the wild
Oh,
card.
nice.
It was pretty cool. That was the first time that's happened since
Very
the
cool.
wild card
When did
game.
this playing start? You said what'd you say? A
I
couple
said like
years ago?
maybe 4 seasons ago or
Yeah.
something like that.
Because initially it was what?
Just 4 teams.
4
each.
teams
Yeah.
each get in from the
I know
AL
the one
and NL.
year. The one year the Giants were in the playing game and they won the World Series.
Yep.
Wow. That
That was Madison Bumgarner.
Yeah, Bumgarner had. Yeah, that was the year. He
That's
was
your
pitching
guy,
like every
Rich.
game.
Madison Bumgarner. I like him.
Would you compare that like a team winning the play-in game and then running the table like a team in the Big East who is really not going to make the tournament? In the NCAA tournament, and I didn't mean to say the Big East, but any team winning their conference tournament and then going into the NCAA tournament and running the table there is like equivalent to that?
Yeah, I think it's a little. I think if you do that in NCAA basketball, that's a little more impressive.
Yeah, yeah.
But because in baseball, you're like the 5th best team in your conference.
I mean,
Okay.
look
You
at
know,
the
it's
Yankees.
still-
They had a 100-win season,
Yeah.
and they were still in the playing game. You
Yeah.
know, so
Yeah.
That's insane. I can't believe how many teams in the AL have that many wins.
yeah. Well, the Yankees had a better record than the Indians, and they were the Central champs. But other than that, it worked out. Like I think the Red Sox were first.
Right.
And then the Astros had the 2nd best record, then Yankees, then Indians, then
Right.
Oakland.
Right. Yo, this is my guy right here. We got the Yankee and Red
Tanaka.
Sox game right now. Not Tanaka, Mookie.
Oh,
I love
okay.
that dude, man. I'm
Your
all
twin.
about
Oh, he's going to be the AL MVP.
I'm
I
all
think.
about Mookie, man. I
Yeah.
tell you right now.
he's unbelievable. If you notice his swing, he's never off balance too. It's
Yeah.
like every swing's a good swing.
Yeah,
He's a special kind
he
of
hit
player.
346 this year. That's many people don't do that nowadays in baseball.
What position does he play, Mook?
Outfield.
Nice. Nice. Very nice. Yo, before we go on, Rich, you got more questions, right?
Yeah.
Before we go
I
on,
hope
Pat,
so.
the listeners out there might be saying, "Man, who is this guy, Pat?" That they're saying is a baseball analyst, specialist, and all this other stuff. You know, the haters are out there. You know what I'm saying? They are. They are.
You gonna make him give his credentials?
I want to hear the credentials. Let the people know what
Oh
you're
my
about.
God.
Let them know.
Start from high school.
Let them know what you did, what you're about.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I want
idea.
to hear a little bit of myself. But I know these haters are out there. They might be saying, "Who's this guy? He don't know. He didn't even play. He got little league credentials." Nah, he don't
Okay,
got little
all
league
right.
credentials. He got more than little league credentials. Let him know what's up.
All right. Okay, so Delaware Valley, 2006 state champion.
Nice.
Here we go.
Y'all hear that?
Let's go.
State
State
champion.
champ, right?
Is that their
That's
first
one.
baseball
That's
state championship?
First one.
Yeah, baseball.
In
yeah.
baseball, yeah.
Before that,
It's a big deal.
Does Delaware when is before that they have state championships?
No, I think field hockey won one.
Okay, come on now.
But
Yeah.
back in the 70s or something.
Yeah.
something
So
like
all
that.
right,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
go. That's a big thing.
I remember they
yeah,
brought the fire trucks. Remember?
Yeah,
And
man,
then
that was cool.
It was like a
That was
parade
cool.
in Milford. That was a
Yeah,
big
no,
deal.
this is why I brought this up. Everybody needs to turn up right now. Turn your headphones up if you're listening on your headphones, car radio, whatever you may be doing. Tell your mother, your sister, your stepbrother. This is what's all right.
All right.
Delaware Valley State champs. What else we got?
You know, went on, played some college baseball
Yes.
at King's College.
Here we
Shout
go.
out to King's College, all my
Shout
friends
out King's
there.
College. Let's go.
Yeah. And, it ended there. But
All right, hey,
Hey,
that's
better than
longer
most
than I
people.
played, bro.
And-
That's longer than half of these haters out there
And,
played as
and
well.
seasoned fantasy
oh, my
baseball
gosh, that's
players.
yes. I'm in a fantasy baseball league. I'll give a shout out to Mental Aspects. This
Let's
was the
go.
10th
Here we
season
go.
this year.
Wow.
How many
Two-time Mental Aspects champion.
There we go.
Yes.
That's what we were looking
16-member
for.
league, 5
Wow.
keepers. It's not
Wow.
easy to win.
So,
No.
so
What's the buy-in there?
You want some cash price? All right. It's a $150 buy-in.
All right.
Okay.
16 people.
16.
It's a nice
Wow.
chunk of change.
That's
to win.
nice.
Yeah,
That
wait.
is. So
It's
this-
all about winning the trophy, though. The money's not.
Oh
what we're in
yeah,
it
yeah.
for.
You want the trophy in the crib.
want that
wanna let
bragging
people know
right.
what's up.
Exactly. Yep.
So this is a 16-man league.
Yeah.
Everyone that's in this league knows baseball.
Yeah.
So if you're a two-time champ, he must know what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we have him on this show.
Thank
Come
you,
on,
guys.
man.
Here we go.
Come on, yo, because you know
My
there's
man
people
knows
out there
baseball.
like, this
Yeah.
guy with the
Who is
baseball.
this guy?
And I was like, all right, well, hold on a second.
You want to know what the biggest credential he
Yeah.
has is?
What is this?
Sometimes he'll just watch a baseball game for two teams that he doesn't even like.
That's
just
wild
to
to
have
me,
on
bro. It's wild to
from
me.
beginning
Yeah.
to end.
Yeah.
That's
I
hard to do.
also I don't have a favorite baseball team. So I'm not biased towards anyone.
Right.
That's the only sport where I actually don't have an actual favorite team.
Well, that's what makes you a really big, not a knowledgeable guy about it. Because then you're not really like focusing on one or have a
Yeah.
bias towards one. You're open to watching everything. And we were talking about that the other day. I think that's what fantasy kind of did for all of us as well. Made us even more of a football fan. You know, it's like well, I watch the Browns and the Raiders play each other because I may have a couple fantasy guys.
Yeah.
Baseball is another story in that aspect, though. You know.
Yeah.
And do you think fantasy baseball made you even more knowledgeable about baseball?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Because
Like we could just random people. I know their average. I know their stats.
see, that's crazy.
To an
man.
extent, you know,
baseball's hard too. I took baseball and humanities in high school. Shout
I
out to
did too.
Mr. Farrell.
Yep. Good
And,
class.
Yeah, it was a really good
That was
class.
a fun class.
Yeah.
And I think the second year we had to have a fantasy baseball team.
Uh-huh.
You know, and
yeah,
it
you
really
were
made
given
you
like
pay
a team
attention.
salary, and you had to stay within.
Yeah.
I
That's
remember
cool.
that. And that was cool.
No one was allowed to be the Yankees, and I forget whoever is the other highest.
Yeah, it was probably the Dodgers. Dodgers were crazy.
Yeah,
high salary,
something like
too.
that. Yeah.
All right, Rich, what you got, Rich? We got more questions.
So the Yankees played the A's for the playing game. They ended up winning 7-2. Severino pitched 4 innings and had 7 Ks. What do you think of his outing?
That's good because the last time he pitched a playing game was against the Twins, and they absolutely killed him. So
He only got 1 out that game.
yeah,
I-
they pulled
I-
him real quick.
I heard that going into that game last year, the teammates were saying he was hyperventilating before
Yeah.
the game. He couldn't catch his breath. He was so worked up. And I said if he could control his feelings or whatnot, he has what it takes to be a good
Yeah,
pitcher.
he throws high 90s and
Yeah,
stuff like
and
that.
he
just
was
I
has-
throwing
really
that.
like how the Yankees are treating him too, and I said it last year, even with the outing. I think that he's your ace and he's your number one guy, and you have to treat him like that. In those big games, you have to put him in those situations because it's the only way to build up his character. He's still really
Yeah.
young, and he's got a bright future, but you can't just shy away from him in those games because you're nervous about how he's going to perform. You have to give him those big opportunities.
I mean, seven Ks in 4 innings. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely. Yeah, he pitched good. He had a rough second half of the season this year. He started out awesome.
He was injured too, right?
Yeah, he had a little bit of an injury. He didn't miss too much time this year, but I mean, he turned out to be one of the better pitchers in the league.
They were
this
saying
season.
that they were catching on to what he was throwing. Do you buy into that at all?
Yeah, definitely. If you watch a lot of a certain player, you can see stuff they like to go to. 2 strikes, you'll see what he likes to go to a lot. If you pay attention to that stuff a lot, you can pick up onto it. If your coach is smart enough to let you know about what he's doing and stuff like that.
Isn't one of his main pitch a slider as well?
Yeah.
And they were saying a lot of he couldn't get his slider to dip down. It was floating in the strike zone a lot towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
And he didn't have much control of that. Mm-hmm. So I mean, is that accurate? Yeah, that's what they were saying, right?
Yeah, but. Yeah, he pitched well the other night, and then talk about sliders. Chris Sale the other game. Oh my gosh!
Oh my God!
I'm gonna ask you about him.
Can't hit that.
Actually, I'll ask you right now. He only played 29. He only pitched 29 innings the second half of this season. And I asked you that night of that game. I said, "What do you think about Chris Sale? He only pitched 29 innings going into this game. You think he's gonna be all right?" And you said he's gonna be just fine. And what happened?
Yeah, he was good. That's just he's an awesome pitcher.
I mean, a heavy dose of sliders, not a lot of fastballs. But I seen a few when he was throwing 96,
it's impossible
95.
to figure it out. If his break is so hard to that slider, and he throws so hard with a fastball, by the time you realize it's a slider, it's too late. You're swinging. You know what I mean? It's that guy's impossible to hit when he's on.
So
Pat, favorite pitch. What do you want to see when you're up at bat? High school, college?
Fastball.
Fastball?
Yeah,
Oh
fastball.
yeah, beauty. That's a beauty right
Yeah.
there.
Do you look for it? Like
an
account?
If you got the right count, someone's struggling, definitely wait for a fastball.
you have a 0-3 count. Your coach is telling
3-0 count.
I'm sorry.
0-3. You're sitting.
0-3, we're on the bench.
You're throwing your baseball bat back down.
I'm not a baseball player.
Picking your glove back up.
I'm not a baseball player. You have a 3-0 count. Coach is telling you to take the pitch. What are you doing?
You take the pitch.
You gotta listen
You're not
to the
gonna
coach.
swing.
You got to listen to the coach.
All right.
Well, it's a nice fat fastball over the middle. All right.
I wasn't a power hitter anyway. I'll probably just put it up the middle for a single anyway. Who cares?
Right,
I'll wait another pitch and take a walk.
Yo, give me quickly. You don't got to throw names out there and nothing like that. Best moment playing at King's College. Do you remember? Is there one that sticks out? Game, anything during the game that's like, wow,
During
that
a
was
game?
pretty cool.
What about like one of your?
Oh man, that's tough.
Play
I
any
gotta really think
cool
about
stadiums, anything that really stands out there.
The spring training in Florida was cool.
There
When
you
we play in Florida, the Disney complex.
That's
we played
pretty
like
cool.
a bunch of games a day against all these random teams from around the country.
Uh-huh.
was real cool.
Some serious players, like some guys that where you seeing every now and then, like, wow, this guy can go on past college and play somewhere else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. All right, Rich, I'm just gonna throw those in every now and
Yeah.
then, so be prepared.
We got
for
to
that.
keep this thing going somehow.
Be prepared for that.
So we got the NL. We got the Dodgers versus the Braves.
Let's go Dodgers.
The Dodgers are up 2-0, right, Pat?
Yeah, buddy. Let's
So-
go.
You got the Brewers against the Rockies. The Brewers are up 2-0.
Yeah.
In the AL, we have the Yankees versus the Red Sox. The Red Sox are up 1 game right now. The game's actually on right now. Game 2. Yankees are up 3-0 in the 4th. And then the other game is the Indians versus the Astros.
And that's
Yeah.
Astros 2-0.
2-0. So who do you think is going to be the 2 final teams that need?
Final teams, if I had to say, I would go with the Astros versus the Dodgers. Again.
Yeah?
That's what it was last year.
I really like the
It's
Brewers.
tough though because there's the Brewers. They're really
That
good
lineup
teams.
is so-
all the
and-
teams left wouldn't surprise me. They're all good teams.
Christian Yelich, I was talking to you before. I seen him play a lot. I'm a Mets fan, so I went to a lot of Mets Marlins games. That was like the cheapest ticket, just
Yeah.
trying to go to a Mets game. And I seen him play, and like he was a decent hitter, but nothing like he was this year. And it's crazy to see a player that when they go to a different team, like what they could do when they get put into a better lineup, and onto a better team. And I think that's
You
all.
hit in a
That's all
different
he
stadium.
needs. Yeah.
Marlins Stadium. It's hard to hit a home run there. It's such big dimensions. Not for Stanton, but for other people, Then you get put in a lineup, a better stadium with a lineup with a bunch of hitters around you.
You also
They don't
feed
want to
off
walk.
of that,
They don't
right?
want to walk you because you got a guy behind you that can hit a home run. That's a big difference.
You
to a
got
pitcher,
Ryan
you know what I'm
Braun
saying?
still there, right?
Yeah.
Who's the other guy?
Braun, Jesus Aguilar had a big season. Ryan Braun, Lorenzo Cain came from the Royals from last year. There's a lot of guys. That whole lineup. They traded for Mike Moustakas from the Royals at the deadline.
Okay.
I'm probably forgetting a couple people, but
How's their
lineup's
pitching
stacked.
staff?
Their pitching staff really isn't anything special. Their bullpen's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that's more important in the playoffs?
Well, they don't really have their starters have been doing good, though. So far, the first 2 games, their starters have been doing good.
If you could
The
choose.
bullpen's been pitching like 5 innings a game, though. They'll pitch a guy 4 or 5 innings, then let the bullpen finish it out.
Got to be bullpen, right? In the playoffs,
It's
though?
tough.
The
I
starting
mean,
pitching is
This
all
is
right.
why
Okay.
I think the Astros have an edge on everyone else because their starters are so good, and they have a pretty good bullpen.
Oh, yeah,
so,
that's deadly.
And, they can hit. That's The Astros
Oh,
are
yeah.
built for the playoffs, I think. That's why, the Red Sox and Yankees have great lineups, but they don't have the pitching staffs that the Astros do.
Yeah.
do.
But now, think about 2 years ago, the Mets had the best pitching staff in the World Series.
Well,
and
they got to the World Series with it,
I know, but
and they
look
almost
what
won it.
happened.
They're the
Yeah,
Mets. What do you mean? What happened?
But still, it doesn't matter. I know it's
The
the Mets.
the Royals had a really good team.
The
that
Royals
year.
were
They
hot,
did.
man. Yeah, it was
And
their
and-
year.
but
That's
what
a
did
big
they-
thing.
but-
One of the hottest team usually,
Yeah.
And what did the Royals have good? A better bullpen.
Yeah,
That's what helped them win
definitely.
that game.
You're right,
Win
actually,
that World Series with a better bullpen, and like the first baseball episode that we did with you, I said that when it comes to playoff time, the team that can play small ball, get the runs in, and have a good bullpen usually ends up winning the World Series. And I think the Brewers, that's what they do. They hit the ball, and they just get runs. They're playing small ball. They're playing old school baseball. They're not living and dying by the home run ball.
The NL in general plays like that all the time. You'll see more bunting and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
you have the pitcher spot. You know what I mean? Now, in the AL, you don't have the pitcher to worry about. You have a DH. So that's another thing. When the playoffs come and the NL plays the AL, you got people like Severino who's going to be batting. You know what I mean? Or Chris Sale is going to be batting. It's pretty weird to see that.
Yeah.
But and that's why the NL is usually known for more small ball play.
Best hitting team on the NL side that's still playing. Brewers?
The Brewers are the Dodgers are really good They're playing
Hitting?
really good right now. Yeah, hitting. I mean,
They got
getting
Machado
was
now.
huge. Yeah.
True.
You
What
know.
about best hitting team in the AL?
I mean, in the AL,
hitting wise.
Yankees or Red Sox. I don't know. The Yankees or Red Sox.
Houston's got to be right there too.
Houston's right
I mean,
in there.
they're
I wouldn't give
real close.
Houston as good as the Yankees or Red Sox offense. The thing that Houston has though is they're more like well-rounded. They got everything. They're not really weak anywhere. You know.
I think I would go
Yankees-
with the Red Sox for the best hitting team.
Best hit, yeah. I mean, you got J.D. Martinez, Mookie Betts, and Andrew Benintendi.
What
Those
did they
three
finish with the? Didn't J.D. Martinez and Mookie Betts finish with like a 300 batting average?
Yeah, well, Betts hit 346. Martinez was over 300, had 30-something home runs. You
I
know,
think the
they
Yankees
have
have more
everything.
depth in their lineup though.
Yeah,
They're good
I
1
agree
through
with that.
9,
I agree with that.
Yeah, but they live and die by the long ball, and that shows.
and it works for them.
And from the game,
It
from
works
the other
when,
night,
it works
though,
when you continue to bang it out of the park. I'll tell you that much.
listen, last night, no, was it last night? When did they play? Was that last night?
Yeah, it was
game
last
one.
Last night, yeah.
How many guys did they leave on base? The Yankees.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
But they're
though.
I
getting
know,
on base, you
but
know?
you can't do that. That you're not going to win the World Series if you can't get those guys.
Well, that's what
across
Rudy
it.
was saying today, right? Rudy was saying, big Yankee fan was saying, listen, you have bases loaded 2 times with no outs. You got to score
You
more
have
than
to
one
score
run
runs.
if you want to win games
Yes.
in the playoffs.
That comes with being a young team though.
No,
But we
you
can't
have
keep
to be able to
using
hit the
that as
ball.
an excuse, though, right, Frank? Though, like, listen, it's the postseason. A young team and not like you played baseball your whole life.
They were all there last year.
Let's
anyway,
go.
You know.
Get a hit.
Yeah.
Or you're
all
gonna
of them.
lose.
You're right.
Or you're
The
gonna
Yankees
lose.
kind of impressed me last night. I didn't think they were gonna be that close. They were in
As
the game.
soon
They
as
could have
Sales
won.
left,
They could
they
have won.
took over.
Yeah, they did.
I said to Rudy, man, how many games the Yankees gonna win? He said they're gonna win they're gonna win the series. They're gonna win this
I can
series. I
agree
said,
with
all right,
that.
I
can see
like
that.
it, man.
Expect we see the Yankees right now in Boston up 3-0 in the fourth
How do
inning.
you feel? I know
Yankees got a good bullpen too. That's one of their edges they got
All
on the
right.
Red Sox.
you had some experience playing on some pretty good teams, and they were saying that a lot of Boston's success this year is because J.D. Martinez, like, he spends hours breaking down pitchers and knows exactly what they're going to throw, and he's not only keeping that information to himself, you know, he's distributing that
Yeah.
throughout his teammates. How much does it help a team to have a guy like that?
It's big, whether he gives you little tips here or there, or just having him in the lineup. Say you hit before or you hit after him, just knowing that he's there. Pitchers don't want to they want to make sure they're not giving him pitches to hit. They want to make sure no one's on base for him to be up.
Yeah.
So, you're going to see more pitches to hit when you're hitting before or after him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You always love being a guy that hits before or after a guy
Yeah.
that's really good at hitter.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, well, you're gonna have to throw it to me.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get something to hit, and it's amazing when a guy is that good as J.D. Martinez is, where it's like, okay, well, he's giving pitches to the guy before and after, so he's gonna try to pitch around me or figure me out a little,
Yeah.
and he's still hitting
Yeah.
over 300.
Exactly.
Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Then
he's
you
a
got
wizard.
You got a guy like Mookie Betts who leads off. He's hitting 346. I don't know his on-base percentage, but it's probably really high.
Gotta be.
He's fast. How many times is J.D. Martinez up with a guy already on first or second base
Yeah.
because of Mookie Betts there, and then
That's
Ben
what happened in the first game.
Yeah, exactly. And then he hit the 3-run homer, just like that. Red Sox 3-0 with Chris Sale throwing. It's
Yeah.
going to be hard to beat that.
Definitely. Yo, that's why Manny Ramirez was so good. Manny Ramirez had so many RBIs because they set the lineup where they had guys on base and it was like, okay, Manny's up. Now it's time to. Now Manny's gonna do his thing, 100 RBIs a year. Manny would have, by almost All-Star break. A little bit after. It was crazy.
Look at those numbers right
crazy.
there. Regular season, J.D. Martinez, 330,
130
43 homers,
RBIs.
130 ribbies.
Whoa.
Wow.
Nuts, right?
That's
a
insane.
Yeah.
That is
You don't really see
insane.
many people do that.
No,
You know?
definitely not. Switch hitter or just a right-handed hitter?
No, just righty.
Okay.
That's why I really, I don't like the Red Sox, but I respect the Red
you
Sox
might.
and the Yankees because both of those teams they brought up from the farm, and then they got like one big guy. Yankees went with Stanton, and
Yeah,
Boston went with
Boston
J.D.
with
Martinez.
Yeah,
And it
was
worked
Boston,
out for
a
both
lot
of
of
them.
Boston team, like you said. Mookie Betts came through the system. Andrew Benintendi came through the system. There's not,
But J.D.
they traded for
Martinez
Chris Sale, but
was with the Astros before, correct?
he was with the Astros and the Tigers. He actually came up with the Astros. Wasn't really good there.
No, he wasn't. They just showed his
Tigers, he had
stats.
started to have pretty good
Yeah.
seasons with though.
I just saw they pulled up his stats. I think the first 4 years with the Astros, I think.
Yeah,
How many
he's
years
not young. He's been around for a good amount of time.
I think they said he only had 24 home runs or something. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't good numbers.
Yeah, he
I might have
really wasn't-
misread that, but
no,
it wasn't
he
good.
he wasn't considered really a good player at all with the Astros.
And you could even see it right there. The first pitch was low and outside. He got the check swing for a strike. The second pitch he threw him was up, throw him nice pitches,
No, exactly.
So they got him to pop out right
Yeah.
there. I mean, that's what it is.
It helps, there's no one on base right now, so you can
Right,
be
so
a
it's
little
like, all right,
more
let me pitch
relaxed.
to you, yeah.
Yeah, but Tanaka, when Tanaka's on, he's a tough pitcher to hit.
Tanaka turns it on every
If he-
postseason.
Tanaka's, yeah.
He's
He's
clutch
another
in the
one of those
postseason.
guys. When he's on, he's hard
Yeah,
to hit.
that
Yeah.
sinker. It's those times when his sinker's on, it's going right down the plate. Last second just dies down. It's almost impossible.
Yep.
It's those times where his sinker doesn't break, and that pitch just floats right over the plate, and people, that's why he gives up a lot of home runs.
Yeah. Let's talk about Aaron Judge. He has 1 home run in each playoff game so far.
There we go, right there.
That's gone. Oh, it's staying in?
That's
Oh,
out.
that's
Home run.
gone. Who
Look
hit
at
that?
It just floated right over the
Yo,
plate.
he put it right down the plate.
That's Bogarts. He's a great hitter.
Swing and a bang there.
Yeah.
So Aaron
Didn't mean
Judge
to jinx
has,
the Yankees right there.
Come on now.
as I said the word home run, someone hits a home run.
3-1, 3-1.
But Aaron Judge, 3 home runs in the postseason already.
Yeah.
1 in each game. He as soon as he made his presence back in that lineup, the Yankees just took off. It's so crazy how much of an impact he has on that lineup.
He's
Even
so
though-
loved.
I know,
there.
but the Yankees, like you said, they have such a stacked lineup already. So like you wouldn't think that by dismissing Aaron Judge that they would kind of suffer from that. Like I feel like they have a team that could kind of still carry on and still have good games. But when he was out, I mean,
I think it's more than just his talent, his athletic ability. I think they miss him being on the field. He's just one of those guys. He's their captain. He's as soon as they sign him to a long-term deal, they're going to make him the captain. He's that guy. He's like the heart and soul of that team, and that's why you need him out on the field.
Is there a captain right now for the Yankees?
No.
The Yankees only had 3 captains, right? Or possibly 2. And Lou Gehrig was 1. Don Mattingly was another. Derek Jeter was the 3rd. There's only been 3 in Yankee history. How
Wow.
crazy is that?
Yeah,
Lou
that was
Gehrig,
crazy.
Don Mattingly, Derek Jeter.
It's like a really big honor. They
It's
don't
a big
give that to
prestigious thing.
anybody.
Yeah, that just don't get handed out over
Yeah.
there. Not get handed out at all. Yo, how much of a better hitter do you got to be going from college to the pros, going from a metal bat to a wooden bat? Because the pop ain't there,
I think it's a big difference.
right?
Yeah, that's why these guys hitting these homers they hit with the wood bats, they make it look easy. If they had the aluminum bats,
Oh.
I'll go 1,000
oh
feet.
my gosh,
The ball still
I'd
be
like to
flying
see
in
Stanton
the air.
and Judge playing with aluminum.
that'd be awesome.
They actually changed the aluminum bats though a couple years back. I never hit with one of the new ones, but there's not as much pop as there used to be.
Okay.
Because I guess maybe people were getting hurt or line drives.
Line drive back to the pitcher, yeah.
Because I mean, I don't know. I've never hit with one of the new aluminums, but I mean,
They say-
the old ones there was some pop to it. There was a
Yeah.
big difference between wood and the
Oh,
aluminum
huge
bats.
difference.
They say the
huge.
speed coming off of the bat after when Aaron Judge hits a home run is about 120 miles per hour.
Yeah.
No.
That's
I wonder what it would
ridiculous.
be.
No,
with
that's
aluminum.
silly. If you ever God forbid, give that guy an aluminum bat. That's a machine gun.
That's a weapon, yeah.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
basically a gun.
No, the pitcher would have to have one of those pitching fences in front of it.
Everyone would. Everyone would have to. The fans
The
would.
third
It'd be
baseman,
dead
yeah.
Imagine a
fans.
foul ball.
Yeah, just ting ting. Oh my gosh, it would be crazy.
But what do you think of Aaron Judge's presence back in that lineup? You think
Yeah, obviously it played a big role because when he was out, the Yankees definitely didn't look the same. You know, they were falling in the standings. They just stopped competing with the Red Sox. And, you know, he came back, and it's like there's more life to their team.
Yeah, the pop came back, man, for the Yanks. Tell you what,
Yeah.
right now.
It'll
Tell you
be
what.
interesting to see how they perform when the going gets rough because they have, like, even throughout the season when you've seen the Red Sox pulling away, they kind of, like, gave up on trying to get first place, you know? Like, they were just
Yeah.
okay with getting the wild card. They didn't
Yeah.
really want to compete for it. So it'll be interesting to see how, when the chips are down, how they play.
But what a dangerous strategy to have because that one game playoff, anything can happen. You
Yeah,
know,
no, I don't agree with it.
You really
Yeah.
can't put all your chips onto that game because, you know, like I said, anything can happen. If the A's
Yeah.
got hot and got a couple runs on the board right away, who knows what the outcome of that game would have been, you know? Aaron Judge hit a two-run home run in the first inning, and that just set the tone for the rest of the game. Severino was able to relax. You know, he pitched 4 shutout innings, 7 Ks. So, I mean, that's big.
See, I see the playing game. I see it as more of like you get another team an opportunity, which is cool. But if you're going to be a champion in the league, you should be able to win the games you need to win.
Yeah.
If you can't win that playing game,
You don't deserve
I
it.
don't think you deserve it. You know what I mean? You can't argue, oh, what if? You couldn't win the playing game.
I agree.
You shouldn't be the champion this year. You didn't win your division, and you couldn't win the playing game.
Right, yeah.
Done.
Are the Giants the only team to win a play-in game and win
I
the
don't know.
World Series?
I think so.
I
I'm
know
not
the-
positive on that.
I know
but
the Mets were a play-in team, right? When they didn't
the Mets
win,
did the playing game
but they
a
made
couple
it to the
seasons
World
back,
Series.
and that was the year they made it to the World Series. They were playing.
believe so. I'm not positive.
I remember the Pirates. The Pirates were in a couple playing games, but like back to back, because I remember the fans chanting the pitcher's name, and then they got in their heads. It was really good atmosphere.
Yeah, that's unreal. That playing game. I'm happy baseball did that. That's something exciting they added to the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think baseball and I think hockey too is so the manager or the coach is so influential on the game compared to football or basketball, at least to me, in the sense of like baseball.
Well, you
is,
think football?
I don't think football is.
see, I think football would be the most.
You think so?
I think
Call
so, too.
plays and
Here's the thing. Here's the
schemes
thing.
and all
Why?
that.
And I agree there. I think that is an aspect of it. But baseball is so strategy based, and even more so than other sports to me. And hockey. Hockey and baseball are very because you set lineups or you set lines that go out there, and then it's like, okay, well then
That's true.
these guys go and do it. But it's so influential of calls of okay, they put a pinch batter in there. Let's take this pitcher out. Let's put this pitcher
Yeah.
in. You set up the rotation. You know, things are changed. Okay, this rotation that worked out. Football is kind of like okay, we set the plays.
You
we
got to
call-
do that for 11 guys, though, in football.
no, but it's
on
baseball,
each side of the ball.
You know, you have your coach probably has a sheet going into the game.
Yeah.
That has career numbers. Probably like this pitcher against this batter,
Right.
he's 1 for 11. So late in the game, you see this batter's 1 for 11 against your bullpen
Yes.
guy. You know,
You
you
might
have
pull.
that's your guy you're going with. Oh, I'm going
Exactly.
to put him
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Get this out.
Yes.
What are the chances he gets a hit off him? He's 1 for 11. You know, anything can happen.
Right, the coach is very
You want to play the
influential in
numbers.
game.
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Yes, exactly.
But what's even crazier is they play a game almost every night.
Yeah.
So to
Yeah.
be on top of that
That's what I'm
every
saying.
They probably
single
have
day,
people.
Yeah.
Someone's probably hired
Yeah.
to do
It's
that
definitely
kind of
a
stuff.
lot more numbers based. You got
Yeah.
you got to like break down
Yeah,
numbers
well,
and
that's what I meant
everything.
by
See,
that.
I bet you the A's. I don't know it for a fact, but maybe you look at that guy that the A's started that night. Maybe there was a reason for that. Maybe the coach saw something in that guy that
Yeah.
he'd be a good fit to go against the Yankees. It didn't work out.
Yes.
But I mean, he only gave up 2 runs, but he didn't pitch long. But maybe there was something the coach saw to go with that guy over a starting pitcher.
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting baseball and hockey in that aspect. Because listen, football, these guys can make all the plays they want. They could put, Fitzpatrick out there. He could throw 4 picks. Then they could be like, oh, you know what? Okay, let's try this other guy. We throw the other guy, and the other guy throws 4 picks. And it's like, okay, well, whatever. And it is what it is. And it's like, well, what's going on? Baseball is like, man, we got to set this lineup. We got to get the lineup right. We got to know the rotation. Rotation's got to be right. Oh, wait a second. This guy's better against a lefty. Let's call in the lefty. He's only going to pitch to this guy that's up at bat, and then we're going to take him out. We're going to put this other guy in because the next 3 guys aren't good against right. Yo, the game is so much and that's why these I don't know what they call them now. Bench coaches, is that what they're still called? Not the manager, but the other guy who's
bench coach.
The bench coach. Yeah. Man, that's why the Yankees were so successful for those years.
What, Zimmer?
Torrey and Zimmer were like 1-in-1, you know?
Yeah.
They sat next to each other. There was constant conversation going back and forth. It's so much. In hockey, you see the same thing too. Sometimes in hockey, like you'll see the offensive, defensive coaches, like they're running the huddle on the timeout. Like, okay, this is what we're doing. This is the line we're putting out there. So much to me in that aspect. Crazy.
Well, that's why the Yankees got rid of Girardi, a big reason, right? Because he didn't really want to listen to the numbers. He was more of an old school guy where he just wanted to go based off of feeling and how things seemed to him.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to listen to the front office, so they were like, we'll just get a guy in there that's just going to do what we say.
I'm not a big fan of Aaron Boone. What about you, Pat? What do you think of him?
Yeah, I think he's just kind of, like Frank was just saying about Girardi. It didn't seem like Girardi was more of a it didn't seem like Girardi was a good fit for this young Yankee team. Like, these guys are wanting to have fun. It looked like Girardi he's not that kind of guy, it didn't seem like. Yeah. They kind of brought in a guy like Aaron Boone, like you just said, to kind of, go with the flow and do what he's supposed to do and just don't mess anything up. They have the lineup, you know what I mean? Just don't mess anything up.
Just listen to what we say and don't do anything off the script.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, best coach in Major League Baseball right now, who would you say? AL, you could pick one in the AL or the NL.
The Cubs coach.
Joe Maddon's pretty
Joe
good.
Maddon's
Joe Maddon's
great,
pretty.
guy.
He does some crazy things, but it's worked out for him. He's brought the Cubs back to the playoffs 4 straight years.
Yeah. He was great in Tampa Bay, right? He was in Tampa Bay for a while.
Hazleton, Pennsylvania.
Hazleton guy, man.
Nice.
Yeah,
wholeheartedly, yo.
There we go.
Yeah.
I know that, yo. I used to be in Hazleton all the time, man. Those cats love Joe Maddon up in there, man. That's like the savior over there.
Yeah, he might be my pick.
He's cool,
I think
man.
Joe
All right,
Maddon's
cool.
the pick
I like
right
that.
there. He's a smart guy.
My partner at work, Will, is a huge Cubs fan, and after that game, he was saying that he wants to fire him.
What?
Oh, yeah. Well, he did a couple things that people didn't agree with. He didn't play Kyle Schwarber, one of their best hitters, because a lefty was pitching.
Do you
so
see
right
what
there,
I mean? See what
Kyle
I'm saying?
Schwarber got benched because a lefty was pitching.
That's what I'm saying. With these coaches, they influence the game so much. It's crazy.
Yeah, but what he's done, I mean, he won a World Series with Tampa Bay, correct? When he was there?
He went to the World Series.
Went
they didn't
to-
win.
they didn't
But
win?
to bring
Okay.
Tampa Bay, they were bad for a while.
they were.
He
got
goes
that
to
team
the
good.
Cubs. They win a World Series.
Yeah.
First one for the 1908.
That Cubs team, that roster's nice, but I mean, you're right. He did get a World Series.
I don't
there
think
again.
it's his fault. Those batters couldn't hit this year.
Yeah, I know.
The Cubs could not hit. And they were saying this offseason the Cubs have to be very aggressive to get a hitter.
Yeah, if they want to keep up with the other NL and AL teams that have these stacked
Also,
lineups.
a bullpen. They need a bullpen.
Yeah,
Well, and that's it. Like yo, look at. Don't mean to keep throwing it back, but look at football. What is Hugh Jackson? What has he done?
I don't know how he's.
That's what I'm saying.
Or
You're
the Jets coach.
You're right.
I actually
right.
like
Or
Todd
Todd
Bowles,
Bowles.
'cause
I like him too, but
I
man,
think
you
the-
got to win a game,
The
bro.
Browns roster, it really isn't that bad.
No.
What about your coach?
Tomlin, don't get me started with Tomlin.
No, right. This is the baseball. Let's try to stick to baseball here. We're gonna definitely have Pat on for some football. I definitely want to hear
Big
that.
game between me and Pat this week.
Oh yeah.
Falcons, Steelers.
I kind of
Wow.
I kind of asked this question backwards, so I'm going to back up a little bit.
All right.
I asked you who you think's going to be the final two. You said Astros and Dodgers.
Yeah.
But who do you think's going to win the series? Dodgers, Braves.
Well, Dodgers are up 2-0 already.
So pretty much Dodgers.
The Braves haven't scored a run yet this series. 2 games, no runs.
Well, if he thinks that the Braves are going to be in the World Series, I mean, the Dodgers are going to be in the World Series.
Yeah, then he
I know.
definitely
So,
got them winning
obviously,
that one.
that's what I
Dodgers,
said.
let me tell you, I think it will be the Dodgers and Brewers. I know they're both up 2-0, so it's easy to predict that.
Okay.
But, I mean,
That ain't
first
too
off,
bad,
don't
yeah.
count the Rockies out. They're going back to Colorado. They've been in every game so far.
They used
But-
every single one of their pitchers in that playing game, right? Like
yeah.
a lot of pitchers.
Yeah,
that was a
another thing.
13
It's
inning
hard to
game.
come- yeah.
13 inning game. That's
But
why.
I think it comes down to the Dodgers and the Brewers and the Dodgers win that. But that's going to be a good series. Both teams are hot right now. So
But you're going Dodgers overall.
I'll go
now.
Dodgers, yeah.
So AL Indians are down 0-2 against the Astros. Obviously, the Astros are going to win that. As you predict them going all the way. So who do you think's going to win the Yankees Red Sox series?
Honestly, I think the Yankees do. And
Here we go.
I was talking to Rudy about this earlier.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
agreed with that. We thought that tonight's game was huge. Obviously, going down 2-0, you're not trying to do that.
Right.
But the Yankees right now up 3-1 in the 5th inning. They win this game. They go back to New York. You got Severino throwing. Now you got the edge. Now it pressure's on the Red Sox, and it comes down to it. I think the Yankees can win this series, which Yankees and Astros were the championship game in the AL last year too, and Astros won, and I see that happening again.
All right. The only thing my opinion, I think is gonna be Brewers Astros. I just like that Brewers team for some reason.
I like that team too. They're a cool team. They hit. There's nothing really not to like about them.
Do you guys want to give a prediction, or you just want?
Yeah, my prediction is the Dodgers are going to win the whole thing.
All right.
They are hot.
I'll go with Pat.
They've been the hottest team even since the second half because they didn't get off to a good start this year.
Yeah,
I remember
Dodgers.
when we first did the baseball special, the Dodgers weren't in the playoff picture. They fought back in the second half and became one of the best teams in the league, and they're still playing like that. So
I'll take that.
You got a prediction, Frank?
Obviously, I want the Yankees to win, but with that being said, I think it's Boston's year.
Yeah.
I think they win the whole thing. I think that there's a lot of camaraderie in that bullpen, in that dugout.
Oh, error. Judge
As
just
I was
got
saying that.
That was a really nice play. Too,
that was a nice play. He didn't make the throw though.
But I think it could be Boston's year.
You know what? I think I'm gonna take it back too. I think it's gonna be the Brewers Red Sox. I like the Red Sox team. I like Mookie Betts. I like JD.
Do you think the Red Sox come back and win this game tonight?
Yes.
Yeah. 3-1.
I
top of the 5th, runner on second.
I think
it
goes to Game 5.
Yeah.
And the Yankees.
So do you like the Yankees in Game 3 with Severino throwing?
Yes.
So you could see the Yankees up 2-1 and losing it.
Yeah.
All right.
I think the Red Sox are gonna come back and win this
game.
Sale.
If the Yankees Sale will throw again, so you gotta pretty much assume another win right there.
I feel like
the
Yankees had that kind of season where they get off to a good start and they can't close it out. I could see it happening. Obviously, I don't want it to happen, but I could see it happening.
Yeah. How about this guy Voit too on the Yankees?
Oh my God,
so good. He had 2 RBIs.
I went to a Yankee
game,
one of the last ones of the regular season, the one where they clinched.
Yeah.
The Yankee Stadium loves this guy.
Oh yeah.
Every time that he's up to bat, everybody's standing.
Yeah.
You got to stretch more for that.
Terrible throw. What do you got? Anything else on the agenda? We covered all bases.
Pretty much. I just want. It was just like a random question. Who's your favorite player to watch, Pat?
Oh, let me think.
That's a good question.
That is good. I mean, Mike Trout's a pretty good answer, I think. Watching him in the field and hit, he's fast. He has power.
If you were to start a team, who would be your guy?
Mike Trout, no doubt.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mike
come
Trout.
on.
Now another question. Who was your favorite player growing up to watch?
Growing up, when I was real little, probably Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh,
he was a lot of
That's a-
people's
that's a
favorite.
good pick. That's a good
You know,
Can't go wrong with him.
I liked David Wright for a while. David Wright was a cool
Nice.
guy, you know.
All right.
But yeah, Ken Griffey probably
His
as a
swing
kid
was unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
Everything, bro. Everything.
What do you
Swing,
think-
cleats.
What do you think
Hat
was one of
backwards.
the
Video games.
Yeah, whole thing. He had the whole package.
Did you see Torres wore Odell gave him a pair of his, the up
cleats?
tempo that he
Yeah,
wears
yeah,
that say OBJ on
Yeah.
them. He wore them in the playoff
Nice.
game.
That's what's up.
All
Those are
white.
Sick. Those
Yeah.
are sick, man.
This is kind of baseball related. Me and Mike, I asked you this question the other night, and I think it's a good question to kind of ask on this podcast. Just to talk for maybe like another 10, 15 minutes. I was talking to my cousin Al.
Take it easy on the 10, 15 minutes, though, because
All
the
right.
undercard, the card is starting. So,
We'll make it quick. We'll make it quick.
We paid $100 for
7
that
minutes?
thing. Uncle Frank did. Shout out to Uncle Frank.
We'll make it quick. So
buys
the
all
other
the
day I was
pay-per-views.
talking to my cousin. Shout out to my cousin Al.
Let's go with that, cousin
Sup,
Al.
Al?
Hey.
We were talking, and one of our favorite moments ever growing up, like a
yeah.
sports moment, was when Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa were going head to head in that home run.
Oh, it was awesome.
Great. We were saying, like, is there any other sport moment that was better than that? Better to watch as a fan?
Yeah, you were anticipating like what they would do every night.
Yeah, it was unreal. I remember
I mean,
literally.
now looking back to see what
Yes.
they were doing, you know,
Yes, I mean
they
the
were
circus-
breaking rules and all
the
that.
circumstances now are different, but in the moment that was so much fun. I remember waking up like, oh, did Sammy Sosa get one? Did
I got
Mark
one
McGwire
for
get
you.
one?
And
So
even before, and even leading into that, before they took over those two, Rafael Palmeiro, he was part of that run that was
Yep.
in there too. Then he started backing off a little bit, but there was a couple guys in that home run.
Frank Thomas.
Yeah, that was just like, okay, here we go. And then those two guys just pulled away, you know?
So we were talking like that, you know. I think the only moment that comes close to being bigger than that I watched as a fan was when the Ravens made their last Super Bowl run.
Oh my God!
But no,
are you?
Well, as a
kidding
Ravens
me?
fan,
As
no,
a
you
Ravens
won't let
fan,
him.
I'm
Frank, you
asking
won't
you
let.
what your-
If you say anything
what
about
your
any one of your
personal-
teams, he's, oh man.
what your
Won't let you
personal
live, bro.
favorite
Won't let
moment
you
is.
live.
So that's my personal
That's
favorite.
your personal favorite moment.
As
Well,
a,
I
as
mean,
a Ravens
I was a
fan?
big Steeler fan. Mine's the
All right,
first
so-
time they won the Super Bowl. You know, I
Okay,
waited
see?
all that time just to see them
Yeah, I
win
could
a Super Bowl.
understand
So
that
they
one.
won the Super Bowl.
See? He can understand
Get out
that
of
one.
here.
Understand that
But
one.
I told him I think the only thing that was bigger than that might have been when the Ravens won
For
the Super
you.
Bowl.
Yeah.
For me.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I still think that might be the top one for me. That was such a great
That was cool.
time
How about
to be
how
a
about the
sports fan.
Warriors a couple years ago when they didn't lose a game for like 100 games in a row? I remember going to work and everybody was like, "Did they win today? Did they win to get?" It was kind of like everybody was on it, just waiting for them to lose. You know?
Yeah.
So that's like
I used to like the NBA playoffs back in the '90s. You know,
Oh.
with the Knicks and Bulls
Yeah,
and Pacers
yeah.
and those
Detroit.
That's
those
what I
were
was
great
telling
times.
Rich. One of mine was amongst two was
The Heat
when
and the Heat
Detroit
Knicks.
played when the Pistons played the Lakers, and the Lakers was stacked. They had Shaq and Kobe and the rest of the whole crew that was there. And then the Pistons came in with Billups and Rip Hamilton and Rasheed Wallace and
That was a
Ben
crazy
Wallace,
team, yeah.
Tayshaun Prince.
Such
Yeah,
a
that was
great
a cool
team.
And they just blew, and they beat them. It was nuts.
Yeah.
But my favorite, I told Rich, was Kimber Walker. The run Kimber Walker had through
Big
the
East
Big East tournament and then through the whole NCAA tournament. I mean, I don't know if I have any people at work that listen to this, but me and the kids in the classroom were watching the games, bro. we were
should say
putting
that.
it. I was like, I know,
You
I
allowed to do
definitely
that?
should. I don't know, no. But we couldn't resist. I had all the kids loving Kemba Walker every day. Who's
No, was
your favorite
Kemba Walker there? Was that the year when them and Syracuse did that like 6 overtime
Yeah,
game?
yeah.
Remember
I
that?
think
That
it was this.
something.
It might have been that year or the year before, whatever it may have been.
Yeah, I
it
think
was
Kemba Walker was in that, yeah.
crazy. That was so crazy for me.
How
that
is he
whole thing.
doing in the NBA? Like he's
Really
having a
good.
good
He's about to
career?
be a free agent this
Yeah?
year. Yeah, he's gonna be next year.
I think-
he's a free agent.
Were you guys pretty interested when the Patriots were 18-0?
Yeah, that was
that whole
crazy.
type of
I
run?
was interested. I wanted them to lose. You know.
I actually,
Not me.
as
Not me.
much as I hate the Patriots, I wanted them to win.
Yeah,
because
me
that's
too.
a once in a lifetime thing
Yeah, I
that we're
wanted to
going
see
to
that.
witness.
True. I guess
That's
you could say
history.
that.
That's
I don't-
history.
Eli
I
Manning,
actually-
clutch quarterback.
Yeah. Well, the Giants. Remember the Giants played them the last game of the season. The Patriots beat them, and then they ended up matching them in the Super Bowl. The Giants beat them, but.
So,
I don't even get
is
mad
there
at
any
the
other-
Patriots anymore. Like it's just something.
Yeah.
They're so good
Yeah.
that you can't even
Come
get
on.
mad at
Of
it
course.
anymore.
Of
You
course.
know,
Now that
they're
they
the
have
two
Josh
greatest.
Gordon, I'm kind of a fan. to be
Belichick
honest
and
with you.
Brady, you know, it's something that that's something you're never going to see again.
How about-
what they do?
How about Tim Tebow's run?
That's pretty good.
In Florida?
Except it started on the Steelers. They beat the Steelers in the playoffs.
Yeah.
People say he can't throw. He
When
threw
he-
for
when he
300
was on-
something yards on Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tim Tebow, Florida. The University of Florida honored him today. They put him in whatever they have,
See
the
that
Ring of
segue?
Honor.
Me and you got good chemistry.
Rich,
Very
why?
nice.
I didn't know Florida honored Tim Tebow today.
I know. I wouldn't have
Here
bet-
we are picking LSU to win it. How are we going to do that on Tim Tebow Day?
That's what I
Can't,
said.
can't.
And the funny, actually, it's not even funny. The worst part of this is I'm a Florida Gators fan. I like the Gators. I like the Gators because of Tim Tebow and Urban Meyer when they were there.
Do you want to know why
And
they
I
really lost?
I completely forgot that they were honoring him
I didn't
today,
know that. I
and
wish
I
I knew
bet
that.
on LSU today. What a dumb.
And that's why they really lost.
Oh, bad move, Rich. Bet on them.
Listen, Rich
Oklahoma.
is a complete mush.
Listen, the same
him in the
bets I
bathroom.
made today, my man Pat made.
Yeah,
And
dude,
how many of those
I
bets
haven't
did you
been
win?
doing good.
All right.
I
Okay.
lost
None of
them all.
We lost.
I rest my case.
Oh, these
Oklahoma, Texas started it off with a loss. LSU, Florida,
crazy.
another loss.
Yo, you know what was the one of the worst runs I have to watch in sports was when Linsanity was going on.
Yeah, that was
Hated
that
that.
was bad.
I hated that.
That was
It's
bad.
like,
That was
get
pretty
this
bad.
guy off, please. Like
Oh,
the
that
Nick,
didn't last
now Nick
long.
fans you were excited because you had
Buying
this guy
t-shirts.
running around all
Mike,
wild.
I saw him in the news recently. Did
Really?
something else happen with him? Is he back with the Knicks or something?
I hope not.
I saw something
I hope
about
not.
Jeremy Lin again. I don't know if he's back. I don't know.
Of course, but we're wrapping this one up. We got 9:59 in 1 minute. We got a humongous fight coming
Let's
on.
go UFC
Let's do it.
229.
Respect the chat, episode 27, the John Carlos Stanton episode.
Give our plugs.
Yep.
Quick.
Shout it out. Rich, tell them where we're at. Where
Check
we're
us
on.
out on YouTube. Check us
Yes.
out on iTunes, Stitcher, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. All you
that.
simply got to do is look us up at RESPECKDACHAT. And when you do that, make sure you subscribe.
Got to. Subscribe, give us a thumbs up, holler at us. We're definitely going to have Pat on more, a little hockey episode as well. But always appreciate you, Pat. Always happy you're here and sitting with us, man. Thank you for doing this.
Oh, yeah, it's always great to be here. It's fun.
All right, y'all. Peace.